What if I told you that the most dangerous weapon you carry is not in your pocket, not in your car, not in your house, but right inside your mouth? Yes, your mouth, your words. What you do with your mouth determines the quality of your personality, your relationships, your leadership, and your trustworthiness. You see, it's easy to underestimate the power of words. But the truth is, lives have been built and destroyed by the words that flowed from someone's mouth. This isn't just about gossip. It's about character, about trust, about self-control. And if you're someone who's on a journey to grow, to lead, to build meaningful relationships, then you need to hear this message. Today, fully, till the very end, let's talk about the untamed tongue. Let's talk about the hidden danger that comes with talking too much, and the power that comes with mastering silence. Words carry energy. They carry weight. With your mouth, you can build a life, or break one. Think about it. One sentence from a teacher changed a student's confidence forever. One conversation with a parent planted a seed of either purpose or pain. One leaked secret ruined a friendship that took years to build. This is not just theory. This is life. Every word you speak reflects what's inside you. Your values, your maturity, your self-control, your loyalty, even your spiritual depth. When someone opens up to you about their life, their mistakes, their heartbreak, their fears, do you realize that you are being trusted with something sacred? You are being invited into someone's inner world. That is not an opportunity to entertain others with juicy details. That is a privilege. The loose tongue spreads strife and hatred. Period. It may look harmless to say, "Have you heard what happened to her?" Or, "Don't tell anyone I told you," or, "I'm only telling you because I trust you." But let's be honest, those words are a trap. Here's why. Every time you betray someone's confidence, even if it's just, you become less trustworthy in the eyes of others. People might laugh with you in the moment, but deep down, they're noting one thing: if they can say that about someone else, they can say that about me too. And guess what happens? You become known, not for your kindness, not for your reliability, but for your mouth. The Bible even calls the tongue a fire. A world of evil, capable of burning entire forests with a single spark. Have you ever seen two friends become strangers because one person couldn't keep their mouth shut? Have you seen churches, organizations, or teams fall apart because of one loose conversation? The tongue is not just a tool for speaking, it's a weapon. And if it's not tamed, it will destroy everything you've been trying to build. When someone shares their pain with you, it's not casual. It's personal. It's sacred. It's heavy. They're saying, "I trust you with this part of me." They're saying, "This pain is too heavy to carry alone, can you hold some of it for me?" And when you carry that trust well, when you handle that conversation with confidentiality and compassion, something powerful happens. You become a safe space. You become a leader. You become someone that others can lean on, not just talk to. But when you break that trust, when you run off to tell someone else, you crush more than their privacy, you crush their healing process. You close the door to trust. You leave a scar that may never fully heal. This is why handling people's personal stories requires honor, and discipline, and humility. Let's call it what it is. Leaking information told to you in private is betrayal. It doesn't matter if the person didn't say it was a secret. It doesn't matter if you only told just one person. It doesn't matter if your intentions were not to hurt them. If the information wasn't yours to share, and you shared it anyway, you have betrayed them. And betrayal breaks more than hearts. It breaks character. You may never cheat someone financially. You may never physically harm anyone. But with your words, you can destroy more than any knife or gun ever could. That's why you must train yourself to become the kind of person who can be trusted. Someone people can talk to, and not regret it afterward. Someone who listens more than they speak. Someone who doesn't have an uncontrollable itch to fill every silence with something dramatic. Great leaders are not just visionary, they are trustworthy. And trust doesn't begin on a podium. It begins in private moments. In one-on-one conversations. In how you handle people's stories. In how you resist the urge to tell, just so you can feel important. Being a talkative is not a gift. In fact, in leadership, it's a liability. The world is full of people who want attention, who want to be the center of conversation, who want to be the first to break the news. But real impact is made by people who know when to speak, and when to shut up. Leaders who inspire are those who carry people's burdens without broadcasting them. Leaders who people follow are not the loudest, but the most disciplined. So, become the kind of leader you would want to confide in. Become someone whose silence speaks louder than noise. Let's talk about self-control. There's a push in our minds, sometimes, to just talk. To vent, to share, to say something, anything. But the mature person learns how to tame that urge. Self-control is not silence out of fear. It's silence out of strength. It's knowing that just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. It's understanding that just because something is true, doesn't mean it's necessary to share. It's recognizing that there's more power in restraint than in revelation. Train your heart. Discipline your mouth. Ask yourself before you speak. Is this helpful? Is this necessary? Is this kind? Is this my story to tell? Because every time you tame your tongue, you protect your destiny. If we want to live in a better world, where people feel safe, healed, and valued, we must become people who protect trust. Let's raise a new standard. Where friendships are safe zones. Where leaders are not just talented, but trustworthy. Where circles don't leak, and secrets don't walk away. Where we understand that loyalty is not just being there when it's convenient, but keeping quiet when it's necessary. You don't have to be everyone's counselor. But you can be someone whose words don't cause harm. Someone who's remembered not for what they said, but for what they refused to say. At the end of your life, what will people say about you? Will they say, I could always trust them. They never ran their mouth. They were a vault of wisdom, not a fountain of gossip. They were safe. Or will your name be followed by hesitation? A nervous chuckle, a subtle warning to others? You choose. Every day, you get to decide what kind of reputation your mouth will build. Every moment of silence is a brick in the house of your integrity. And every careless word is a crack in its foundation. It's not too late to change. You can begin today, right now, by asking yourself, is my mouth building or breaking? Let's stop normalizing carelessness with people's stories. Let's stop excusing gossip as just talk. Let's stop pretending that trust is a casual thing. Your mouth is not just for speaking, it's for stewardship. And if you want to be someone of value, of depth, of honor, watch your words. Be the kind of person that others admire, not for your voice, but for your discipline. Now, I want to hear from you. What part of this message stood out to you the most? Was there a moment that made you reflect deeply? Have you ever had to choose silence over gossip, and how did it feel? Or maybe you've been hurt by someone's words, and this message gave you clarity. Drop a comment below. Let's talk. Let's grow together. And if you found value in this, share it with someone who needs it. Let's build a culture of trust, respect, and emotional maturity, one conversation at a time. Remember, being a talkative is not a gift. But being trusted, that's the real treasure.